Yo, yo, yo. I can't hear you. Nope. Uh, you can hear new electronics. You test run them?
You get me now?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's going on?
We're back again. I am back after missing for a few weeks. But Kid Jizzle is here. We are back again for another episode of Island Boys Football Talk with Kid Jizzle, Philadelphia Eagles, C Money, 49er Niner Gang,
Bang, bang, bang again.
and Keep It Punish Sweetie. He's not here as yet, but he'll be here shortly. But it's been a long 2 weeks. I've been missing.
News.
Missed the action.
You miss
But
you miss a little bit of action going on. You miss a little things
miss a
going
lot.
on.
I missed the draft. I
Yep.
missed the little mock draft that we had, the pre mock draft that we did, that you guys did.
Yep.
Um, I didn't think that you guys do a little dig deep in into the Eagles a little bit. So
We did.
I'll
We acted as GM for
a GM.
all the
Okay, okay.
teams. So we went through. We make it to the third round before I last the GM for the Carolina Panthers,
Right.
and we drafted on what was available and what we thought was best needs for every team, and
Right.
it was interesting. I mean, we had some good concepts, and I think we went a little deep into it, but we addressed the needs, and I think where if the teams were in that position with no trades,
Right.
who they would pick. But it was good. I enjoyed it.
But we got some breaking news. Some
Yes.
big, big breaking news. We finally gave our franchise quarterback a big, big contract, the highest paid player in NFL history thus far. Most likely that's gonna change probably when Joe Burrow gets a contract, Justin Herbert, and maybe even Lamar, who's still waiting for a contract. But big, big breaking news. We signed our franchise quarterback Jalen Hurts, and he deserves every bit of that contract. I think it's what $255 million deal over 5 years. I think it's about up to 174 million guaranteed in that contract.
Yep.
So but also um, it's also some kind of stipulations in that contract too, where I think it's like what he making 16 in this year. He probably gonna make 20 something next year, and goes up to 30 something the year after, and probably 40 the year after that. So it's somewhat of a team friendly contract. He's gonna make most of his money this season. All I guaranteed money he's gonna make this season.
Right.
So that's a
So
good thing. So you gotta give credit to Harry Roseman again for putting together a great contract again. You know what I mean? We all knew that Jalen Hurts was gonna get paid. We all knew that he needed to get paid. Um, from how he started off. I mean, we could backtrack. How he started off in college in Alabama, getting benched for Tua in the championship game. You know what I mean? Probably confidence was probably lost a little bit. Then after he left Alabama, went to Oklahoma. Um, Tried to rebuild himself as a quarterback and become a better passer. Then going into the draft, not being a first round draft pick, being a second round draft pick, having to come in, sit behind Carson Wentz, who was at that time the franchise quarterback. Then having to come in, take over, and then after not showing the traits of being a franchise quarterback in that first year when he actually started. I mean, because I didn't believe in him being the driver of the car, of the Ferrari. I didn't think he would have been the guy. I mean, because of what I saw in that first year, I didn't think that he would been able to improve as a passer. I didn't think that he would have been able to improve as the quarterback who can actually go through his progressions, read defenses, and beat teams with his arm, not just his legs. Because we all know that he's an athletic specimen. We all know that he could use his leg. We all know that he could beat teams with his legs. But it's all about beating teams with your mind and your arm. And we saw how he was able to do that earlier. But you also gotta give credit to the team as well for give credit to the GM as well for building a team around Jalen Hurts. But our credit goes to Jalen Hurts for getting his contract. I mean, what he was led the team to what a 14-2 record. took them to the Super Bowl, won 2 playoff games. I mean, if it wasn't for a horrible defensive coordinator, probably would have won a Super Bowl too as well. Yeah, I had to put that in there. So, but but I have my franchise quarterback, man. You say I met Jersey on. I have my franchise quarterback. I mean, it's hard to do. It's something hard to do. Finding, yes, I thought Carson Wentz was it. It didn't happen. Jalen Hurts came in, and I mean, as Harry Roseman said, his leadership, his work ethic, is the reason why he's where he's at right now. I mean, the dude is amazing. The dude is amazing. I mean, we saw that, and the sky's the limit for him as well. So, gotta give
So
credit to Jalen Hurts for on that contract.
so now you're in the club. You're in the club now where you don't have to worry about quarterback.
Don't have to worry about quarterback.
You're paying, like you said, it's a $255 million deal over 5 years. That's $51 million a year contract, and it's spread out, right? I think I looked at the caps. The cap ain't bad. The first year's a backloaded contract.
Right, exactly.
175 million guaranteed.
Right.
So he's now the highest paid player in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Well deserved, I think. Coming from where he came from, like you said, like the first couple of years, I remember you heard cursing that hurts, saying this and that. And then the second year, he said he had to prove himself, and he proved himself.
He did. He
proved himself. So now you got a young stud at quarterback. Keep him healthy, he'll be all right. Now you could build your team around, but your team is almost there. Yeah, a couple, spots in there, and then you could get.
It's just the defense. The offense is okay. Right. It's just the defense.
Right. So that's a check off your block. That's something you don't have to worry about this draft.
And even that, no, you got him signed. You got keep it pounding sheet is here. Now that you have Jalen Hurts signed, you have a lot of these players on offense and somewhat on defense signed to until to what 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a chance to make a run for the next couple of years. AJ Brown signed until what 2025, 2026. So is Devontae Smith. So is Landon Dickerson and Jad Mayalata and what you call it, Cam Joggins, who's gonna step in.
Well, he better as well take himself for the shot if you want to see the damn pictures so much.
Cam Joggins is gonna step in for Jason Kelsey when he leaves and he's gonna take over for center. Lane Johnson probably gonna play for another 2 more years. You know what I mean? So the offense is set. Dallas got it signed until 2026.
Right.
So I mean, the most impact players on the offense are locked up for a long term, for the long ride. Hopefully, we could come out with a Lombardi Trophy in one of them years. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, that's everybody. That's everybody goal. That's everybody goal.
But other than Jalen Hurts being signed, we had couple some other rookies coming in from the draft. I think Jalen Carter came in. The Eagles took a look at him. What you call it? The cornerback from Illinois. He came in. Pull up the rest. Siaki Aika, the tackle from Baylor, he came in too for a visit.
Mm-hmm.
Grovan Dexter, the tackle from Florida, he came in for a visit too. So you can see that they're kind of looking at some defensive linemen too as well. What do you call it? Duran Thompson Robinson, the quarterback from UCLA, he came in for a visit. As did say Jalen Carter. Nolan Smith, the edge rusher, he also came in for a visit. BJ Ojulari, the edge rusher from LSU, he also came in for a visit. Peter Skoransky, the tackle from Northwestern, he came in for a visit. Joey Porter Jr., the cornerback Penn State, also came in for a visit. Kelly Ringo, the cornerback from Georgia, came in for a visit. Emmanuel Fobbs, the cornerback from Mississippi, came in for a visit. Lucas Van Ness, the edge rusher from Iowa, came in for a visit. And also Bijan Robinson, but I think I said that a few weeks ago. early in the show. He also came in for a visit. So I mean, they're doing their due diligence, looking at certain players that they might decide to draft. We'll see who will they draft at the number 10 pick. A lot of people are saying they might go for Bijan Robinson at the 10 pick, being that they were saying that he would be a good fit behind an offensive line. You'll have him for about 5 years. So I mean, I would like to see him in behind the offensive line, but we don't need a running back right though. You
I
sign
was gonna
Penny,
say
right?
that's
Right,
not a
that's
need.
not a need, right? You sign Penny, that would be more like a luxury pick. You sign Penny, you have Gainwell, you have Boston Scott. You don't really need a running back right now at the first overall pick. Most likely you could see if you could get either um maybe even a Jalen Carter. I mean, we know that he has a little bit of issues um with him and stuff like that, but we have the veterans in our locker room who could hold him together and keep him accountable too as well. That way he don't have to make mistakes. Having him going against Jad Mailata is going to be an issue. I mean, him and Jad Mailata, having him line up against Jad Davis, that would be that would be hell to tell the priest, because it's going to be tough going up against Jalen Carter and Jad Davis in the middle of that field. That would be nice to see. But who knows? We'll see. I don't know if they'll go for that tackle from Northwestern. They say he's one of the best tackles in the draft. We don't know, but we shall see. If you do take him, that means that he's probably gonna sit behind Lane Johnson. He might start at the right guard. So who knows? But that's about it for now. I mean, just waiting for us to look at the draft and see what's going on. Again, gotta give credit to Harry Roseman and Jalen Hurts for getting that contract done before OT is over. So you don't have that hanging over the team right now. Everybody's happy to have him signed as your quarterback for the next 5 years. Biggest contract in NFL history. So congrats to Jalen Hurts again.
All right, cool. So that's your updates for the last 2 weeks you've been out. Me and Shreed have been on, and I know Shreed. I know if you want to go to the news or you want to start this draft thing. I ain't here with you all night connecting.
Of course, you ain't here with us. You ain't got to pick till the third round.
That's exactly.
You could go. You could go come back.
I ain't going to come back.
You could go come by the time you better the draft, the real draft come. I mean, we could keep up with the news and then just end it off with the draft. KG already cover the stuff that we kind of mistook on the past 2 weeks, because he's the one that deals with the Eagles. He talked about that extension. I think that got implications for people like Lamar Jackson, who's looking for a contract extension. The way it's structured, the cap hits are low compared to a Daniel Jones that got like $45 million cap hits.
Smart
And
deal.
so it works out better for Philly, knowing that they got to take care of some other players eventually, and they in win now mode. So I don't know how the Giants decide that Daniel Jones is $45 million cap. Well, you know they're gonna get restructured anyhow. That's the thing about them. They're gonna get restructured. But Jalen Hurts deserve it. He showed why he was a top tier quarterback, and it doesn't help that you got a lot of weapons in a rock solid offensive line either. So I think the Eagles gonna look at defense going into the draft, and we'll see what GM KG pick out here in this mock draft.
Yeah, cause he didn't like our draft.
He'd go there and mock it up
He
here.
didn't like our draft. So everybody see right here, come out here and pick now to see what he nonsense.
I ain't too worried about he.
I thought our draft was elite.
We drafted based on needs. We filled some holes, but maybe he might see the thing about this draft here now is you can actually get trades involved. They couldn't have no trades in ours because we was all 32 GM.
Right.
So, for instance, we may look to trade down, some we might look to trade up. We don't know. So we'll see And you ain't got you too far down to move anyhow. No matter why your picks
I
down
can
that
draft.
right up
I can eat comeback.
By the time you come back, you still ain't got time to pick it. How far down you be? But Carolina, they had most teams got the pre-draft press conference this week. A lot of GMs and so. We had ours this week, which I don't lay too much into it until I actually hear the name. When we had just started, it was a heavy CJ Stroud chatter. Then all of a sudden, the CJ Stroud chatter kind of die off. You don't hear nothing about CJ Stroud at all with even either like other teams as well. It's a lot of Bryce Young chatter. The chatter got even more because he canceled the rest of his pre-draft visits after he only had two visits, Carolina and Texans. So that could I know a lot of Carolina fans kind of jump into it and say, "Oh, that definitely mean that is the Panthers." I don't actually think so. All I mean is the Texans tell him if Carolina pass on you, you ain't getting pass number 2. That's all it means. That's basically all. If you ain't going to see anybody else, the Texans telling you straight up, if Carolina doesn't draft you, we will. Uh, I listened to Scott Federer today. He ain't tippy hand. They still say they're going through the process. They still say they haven't made a decision, but they said they kind of had an idea who they wanted from February. But it's about going through the process. They had CJ Stroud and Will Levis in today and the pre-draft visits. They're gonna have the coaches meetings Wednesday and Thursday, and they're gonna make the decision by the end of the week. But I know they said one of the reporters asked him if you and Frank Wright got different options. He said, "Well, I haven't asked Frank Wright who he would pick because he just letting the process play out, the evaluation period." But he said he kind of laughed with Frank Wright, like they kind of got the idea of who they want, who they're going to pick. So it looks like they're on the same page. David Tepper, he's not overbearing, he's not in them, which is pretty good. He's letting them make the pick, which has been good. Normally, David Tepper gets a lot of backlash for trying to be too much into it, but he's been very supportive. So having Federer, Josh McCown, Thomas Bryan, they're speaking a lot about him as offensive coordinator. He's been a big impact. Jim Caldwell and the Dalton as the backup veteran. So we know it's a quarterback. They asked him if they're going to trade it. He said, we kind of have conviction on who we want. It's highly unlikely that they would trade the pick, but they still listen to offers. I think the draft kind of gets a little tipsy and pick number 2. I think the Texans really want Bryce Young, and they ain't as high on Stroud and them others as Bryce Young. Bryce Young is all the analysts say Bryce Young is the one that could start right away. The others may need a year or a few games to get in. But I think DeMeco might shock the draft and don't pick CJ Stroud if Bryce Young. If Bryce Young's there, he'll pick him. But
Right.
if Bryce Young is number 1, I wouldn't be surprised that the Texans draft Will Anderson. They still got Davis Mills. I don't think Davis Mills is bad. It's just he had nobody to throw the ball to.
Yeah, they might not go quarterback.
Yeah, they're listening to offers. So they might have a team that say, well, I want to see this road.
Remember, DeMeco is a defensive coordinator. DeMeco might trade down and pick up a whack of defensive men.
What
Yeah, but he need a quarterback.
If you got Davis Mills,
Davis
they got
Mills ain't
Davis
bad,
Mills.
But you see, it's like one of the analysts said earlier today that I was listening to. How do the 49ers build the team? They build from the defense first, especially the front. Take out Buckner, Armstead, Bosa, all those guys. Then it's only now they drafted the quarterback, Trey Lance. And like even Potty gets 7th round quarterback. But that's DeMeco could probably go that route. He could get Will Anderson, keep boosting up the thing, have Davis Mills there, and if you're back in the same position next year, you go Caleb Williams or Marcus May, or force somebody to trade your hand. The Texans they're saying that the Colts said they want to move up. But he might want CJ Stroud more than the Texans and become an offer that they can't refuse.
Hey, everybody consider until draft day when they hear the Texans see that I'm shopping the pick.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of smoke screens going on still, because the closer you get to the draft, the more rumors you're gonna hear. The good thing is, like, listening to the presser today is like, I'm glad the Panthers ain't talking about trading. They already said I'm not trading the people. We got conviction, but Scott Fedor said we listen to offers, which is fine. That tells me that it's not Anthony Richardson, because Anthony Richardson wouldn't go number one. If they decide to say they trade to like number 3, they will get Anthony Richardson. The fact that you're gonna hold the pick, you're either going Stroud or Bryce Young. So Anthony Richardson, like those some of those other persons would tell you that when you go number 1, you pick the player, you want them to start more than likely right away. You can't pick a player that ain't gonna start right away at number 1, which is Anthony Richardson. Because you basing him on upside. He got an upside, but you gotta put it together. So someone asked, what you think is the Panthers quarterback rankings? They had Bryce Young 1, I think Anthony Richardson 2, and CJ Stroud 3. They're saying CJ Stroud is the boring pick. He ain't gonna wow you with nothing. He just accurate, and he just make a couple of plays. He like Jared Goff. Remember when Jared Goff had just come and he just make them throws. He ain't wowing you with nothing. He just giving you the truth. The thing about Bryce Young is his processing skills is over the top. He knows how to find his way out of danger. They talked about, the big thing, height and weight. But they made a good point today. Remember Scott Fedor was with Seattle when they picked Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's third his final year in college, he had 3 balls batted down for his height. You know how much Bryce Young had for this year? 2. So if you're that shot and you still only had 2 balls batted down, that means you're doing something right. And then they were talking about the reason I think that they're gonna go Bryce Young. Someone asked a question today about his weight, and Scott Fedor actually said, "Well, we do have nutritional plans for him. If you're already going through nutritional plans for him to get bigger, that means you don't do your homework on Bryce Young for him to be a quarterback. You could have easily said, well, players get bigger as they go on and they age. But he did say, well, there's some nutritional plans that we would have for him. So I think they kind of tip their hand a little bit, but I think it's going to be Bryce Young. Like I said, since Cam Newton, before he break down, we didn't have a franchise quarterback. We just keep going through this process, and we kind of went to a bad 3 years with Matt Rule, but I could have something to look forward to now. If it's Bryce Young, I'm ecstatic. If it's CJ Stroud, I'm ecstatic. If it's Anthony Richardson, I'm ecstatic. So it's one of those 3, but Bryce Young is the most ready.
That's the one you prefer?
Because I want him to start right away. Anthony Richardson can't start right away. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to see the red rifle out there starting week 1. I ain't able with that. I like the red rifle that he could swing at the sideline, but he can't go there start week 1. If Anthony Richardson ain't starting until later down in the season. Stroud might take about 4 games and start. I don't know if you guys know the S2 cognition test that those teams run on those players.
Yeah.
It's a processing test. How your mind processes like on the field. Some organizations value it more. Carolina is one of those big organizations that value it. Bryce Young scored a 98%, more than Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, and them fellas. 98% on that cognition test. That guy, what he named? David Tepper and them tongue out them out like a dog. And a dog there just watching something want to eat it. At 98, the guy know how to process. I went back since our last show, Shane, and I do some more research and tape on him. Just watching some of the plays, watching the negatives and so. Remember this past year at Alabama, he had a lot less to work with than CJ Stroud.
Right.
CJ Stroud had Marvin Harrison, who is unguardable. Mm-hmm. Then he had Ebu Pam or some Ebam or something like that. Never once that Stroud had to get himself under poker pressure. He was always had a clean pocket, except for Georgia when they played, and then he started to use his legs. CJ Stroud, Bryce Young didn't have the receivers he once had before. The offensive line was a lot worse. The games that the Alabama lost was not because of CJ Stroud. Bryce Young. It was because of the defense. and he had a lot less to work with, and he still made it look a lot very easy. And as we all know, we watch college football. What's the hardest division in college football? The SEC. He playing in a minute NFL there. And if he can do that, he's ready to go and he's ready to play. I don't have a problem with it. I was still worried about how small he is. One man comes straight up the middle like some cannon and hit the cunt, and that's it. You're out for the season. But the guy know how to shy away from the big hits. He's been playing at his height and weight for his whole life. He's never been injured in Alabama. They're saying he's a better prospect than Tua. And he's stronger arm, way more accurate. But they said the thing that puts him over the top is his processing skills is off the charts. So I'm just waiting for next week Thursday. We got about 8 more days. And then the Carolina Panthers will be on the first pick. I think it's a lot more easier for me this year than if we had a 9th pick. If I had a 9th pick, I would be here still kind of questioning what we're going to do. Because no quarterback, only Will Levis probably would have dropped out number 9. Now it would not be, where we going to go from here? But having a number 1 pick, it's a quarterback. It's either Stroud, Bryce Young, or Anthony Richardson. My pick is Bryce Young. But I wouldn't be vexed with the others. And all other teams could suck it and wait on them turn and that in business. I don't really care what I pick. Because we get in the first choice and then we got to live with it. That's our franchise quarterback going forward. You're going to either live with it or you're going to die with it. You're going to either be good or they're going to backfire. But I do believe it's actually going to be better. Remember I tell you something last time, a lot of people were saying, oh, why would the Panthers do that when Caleb Williams and whatever his name is, the Mayfella from North Carolina come out and them is way better draft prospects than Bryce Young.
Yeah.
You think the team that got a number 1 pick next year ain't gonna need a quarterback? Exactly. How you figure you're gonna get that number 1 pick? We were just lucky that Lovie Smith bamboozled the Texans and win them last 2 games, and the Bears went up there and they believe in Justin Fields. I guarantee next year the top 1 or 2 teams is quarterback needed teams. So how we would have get that pick? That's why I don't understand with certain thing. The knock on Bryce Young is 2 things: height and weight. They said if he was 6'2", 215 pounds, it wasn't even a doubt that he would be the number 1 person off the board. They got him viewed as like Joe Burrow and them. It's just that he got smaller frame and height. I could live with that. Just nobody knocky condom or the blind side sack. Like as long as you don't get one of them Drew Brees blind side sacks, I good.
It can happen. It can happen.
That's the NFL. You miss protections. It can happen. So
you're definitely sold on Bryce Young.
Well, I hear talk now. You hear watch these highlights. I know. Big Bryce got to come to Carolina. I can't say it anymore. So, like I say, if the pick is CJ Stroud, which it had sung like force, I ain't gonna be mad. CJ Stroud, the way he plays is really good. But watching the past few weeks, it make me appreciate Bryce Young more, because at first I was heavy on CJ Stroud and I was like, Bryce Young gotta take that. No, after watching it and kind of sitting down and going through it, Bryce Young know how to process a field. You watch, how you watch like Brady and them and they just carve up the field, Mahomes and then carve up the field. I watch Bryce Young just carve up fields. He don't have to, and he takes control of the offense. He changes plays. He reads stuff a lot faster than other quarterbacks could do, and he's ready to play week 1. I don't want to see no red rifle out there week 1. I want to see Bryce Young out there week 1. So I'm sold on Bryce Young. There ain't nothing else the Panthers got to do. All those other pre-draft visits is wide receivers, defensive ends. They're just going through the process to see who they're going to pick later down. But everything is on that number 1 pick. We're going to live and die by this draft with that number 1 pick. Nothing else. Because they built a good team around him. DJ Chark, if he could stay healthy, that's a major pickup. Yeah. Terrace Marshall is good. He can get better. And Thielen is a good slot third down receiver that can give you the tough catches. You got Hayden Hurst, a good tight end. You bring back everybody on the offensive line from last year. We saw him, Miles Sanders, which is a very good running back. That's a good offense to build a rookie quarterback around. The defense is looking good. I can't complain. Still think we need depth pieces. The team is never complete. Still think I need a cornerback. We definitely need another edge rusher to go alongside Brian Bonds. I wish we would pick up Leonard Floyd. I don't know why we didn't pick up Leonard Floyd. They say we might pick up Jadavion Clowney because he went to South Carolina, but to me, he washed up. So I ain't.
Can't say that.
I don't, unless you use him as situational, please. But I would pick Leonard Floyd because Leonard Floyd is that we got 3-4. He's the 3-4 outside linebacker to go with Brian Bonds on the passing downs. So I would like to pick up that, but maybe that could be a pick later down after the draft. But our lawyers lead to Kansas City next week. What is it, 7 o'clock, I think? 7 or 8? 7. Because the first one and the first one will take long. So I'll be off the clock at probably 7:10. And from there, we just got to see what the rest of the draft do. You guys think the draft going to be straightforward or they going to be mock up?
Yeah, get mock up
I think I get mock up probably after
the second pick.
After the second pick.
I think the second
Arizona still has their pick, right?
Yeah, Arizona said
they're fielding cards. They're fielding cards, and if
that's a stupid organization. I just don't know what they're gonna do.
They're gonna go Will Anderson. If the
Texans they ain't taking no damn quarterback. They're not picking a quarterback.
No, Will Anderson's a defensive end for Alabama.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna go. Gannon is the head coach. He's defense. He ain't going. Kyler Murray there, even though he injured. They're gonna pick Gannon. They gonna either be Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. I can't see it being nothing else unless they trade out. If I was them, I'd trade now to get the picks. But we'll see where they go, and then the Colts. We know the Colts gonna get a quarterback. Just don't know who. They ain't got nobody else to think here. They gonna get a quarterback. It's just I think the Texans is the wild card because if the Texans sold on Bryce Young but not the rest, if they ain't sold on the rest, you could see a surprise trade.
What about the Titans?
Well, the only way they're trading up is the number 3. The thing about it is, right, the Texans, the Colts, and the Titans in the same division. You think if I the Texans I trade up with the Titans? If I you gotta give me 4 first-round picks. If I the Titans, that's my own division.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? The Titans might trade up to number 3.
Right.
My only problem is there. I think the fella and the Titans, he come from San Fran. He the new GM. I think he come from San Fran, and they say
he was a thing.
They say he may want to put his stamp on it. But then that just make me question why Malik Willis. I know Malik Willis is the old regime, but they say Anthony Richardson is a much better prospect than Malik Willis. But then I feel for Malik Willis and Matt Corral and them. They may get a legit chance. Matt Corral was injured last year. He didn't get a chance to own a plane. So you better try to get a damn backup job with the Panthers.
That's the name of the game. It's the business.
That's how the business is. He better ball out in preseason and training camp, or else he may be catching balls as a ball by. Because I don't know. So we just got to see. But I mean, the Panthers is all draft news. I expect from now till Thursday, 6:59, you're going to just hear all kinds of stuff. I start 8. So from now until 7:59, you can just keep hearing, oh, Panthers taking calls, oh, Panthers not sold on this quarterback. Or they say after the meetings Wednesday and Thursday, they're going to tell you who they're picking. It could be that too, because they say, we the number 1 pick. We ain't trying to hide nothing. But they're doing a good job of hiding it. So let's see if this fella behind me on this screen is my new quarterback come week 1. Or is either he or I don't know now, because they might come there and pull a fast one and hit your hands and it cuts in. Now you got it.
A Will Levis at number 1.
It can never be he. No.
The strong arm, the stature, 6'5".
No.
I should have matched up something.
No. It could be one of these. I don't know who to be yet. It's gonna be one of these fellas here. I just got to see what's gonna happen. I don't know. But we'll see come draft day at 8 o'clock. The Carolina Panthers will be on the clock, but they've been on the clock a long time. One thing they said though is from February, they had an idea who they wanted. From February, as soon as the Super Bowl thing. So they traded up with the intentions of one of these players.
So I mean, I picture them take 2 down.
That's what I'm saying. You see, the funny thing about it is they talk about going through this evaluation process. I know what the problem is. Some people split. Some people like Bryce Young, some people like CJ Stroud. Remember, they got this theory. Frank Wright never coach or quarterback under 6'2". Frank Wright like he big quarterbacks. You understand? But then you got so much different. Frank Wright like these pocket players and these quarterbacks that I'm telling the pocket. But no, it changing. And people see what Bryce Young can do when he had less and he was still good. But like I said, the only knocks on Bryce Young was the height and weight. If he was 6'2", they said he was way ahead of the pack. But then you got to look at durability. Like you guys see, Abosa come out of the edge and BT play and Bryce Young, he broke up for the next 10 weeks. It gonna happen in the NFL. You understand? But they said he got he could feel the pressure very good. He can process very good and get the ball out. That's gonna have to be his aim of the game. And I like him. I like what he does. I like CJ Stroud too. He's the most accurate quarterback in the draft. He stand up in the pocket and dice you up. It's just that, like I say, it's boring. He don't flash you with nothing. And then Anthony Richardson, we know what he could do. He could run. He could bomb the ball 80 yards down the field, kind of thing. But you're hoping that everything get put together. So I think they kind of split in the middle. But I think they're going to eventually be Bryce Young, and I won't hate that. I think Bryce Young would start week 1, and we'll be ready to go. So when KG out there ready to play, he out there wondering who he picked at number 9. I'll be drinking 2 beers, calling Bryce Young and tell him congratulations. Let's get to walking. I don't really care what the rest of the draft is the wrong 2. She ain't care what the draft is was a wrong 4.
I watching to see who's dropping.
Yeah, wait till day 3.
Yeah,
I done day 2, like Friday. Friday.
he got picks and in the 3rd round. So
3 picks.
He got picks at the back, and then we got one of the picks too because they trade one for McCaffrey. So we got a 92nd pick. So we got the number 1 pick, the number 39 pick, which is to me very valuable. You may trade down, get some more picks, or pick the best player available. Federer said that one of the wide receivers that came in on the pre-draft visit has the whole building buzzing. There's only 2 wide receivers that came into our visits: Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Jonathan Mingo. Okay, Ole Miss. The same Mingo's the next AJ Brown. I don't know.
Mingo's a sick man.
Yeah.
Mingo nice.
Same Mingo's a sick man, and Jackson Smith and Jigba is a sick man. So somebody got them buzzing. I don't know. We'll see. My thing is, I need another edge rusher to help Brian Burns. Because I like Barno. I just don't know if the organization feels he is good enough. So we got to see. Next week, right before the draft on Tuesday, I'll see if any other 2nd, 3rd round news come up when we could talk about the Panthers. But Panthers right now just focus on these quarterbacks here. And I think it's Bryce Young that going to hit us with the number 1 pick, and then we go from there. But we'll see what happens. With that, I don't think she ain't got much to talk about. He so far down at the bottom. He team just there cool now.
Cool now. We just making some depth signings. I mean, we signed back Kerry Hyder, and then we went and pick up Chris Conley, just a depth wide receiver for now. Probably ain't gonna make the team, but he does a depth for veteran presence on there for practice camp. So, but that's it. That's just it. We just sitting there told John Lindsay we're not moving. We have a good track record in the 3rd round. We got some people lined up that we eyeing, and we'll be good. Fedwana was a 3rd round pick, so let's see.
I think it's easy to find linebackers in the later round. I like the linebackers that come in the later round.
Right.
So here, like I said, Scott Fedor said the team will decide who going number 1, but they know what they're going. I think right now everyone just talking about the draft and what we could do going forward. But outside of that, it's a few news, but KG already talked about. We'll wrap up with some news, but I think we're gonna hit our mock draft now. Shane is San Fran, Jizzle is Philly, Carolina. This one gonna move better, Shane, because we in the GMs are all. So the picks that keep going, just put it on slow. But the picks that keep rocking through full speed. Watch KG mock up the draft with some stupid trade and that kind of stuff.
He got mock it up for his jump.
He got mock it up. Set up this thing.
think last time I had to thing it up, right? I had to boost it up. I think she good, man. That clear enough for you to see, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. Where's she there?
The shit is Missy Surf, I think.
It on slow. You got your teams. Yep.
Doing last 7 rounds?
All 7, yeah.
Alright.
Let's draft. Nobody asked me no trade.
Man, the first pick? No.
So with the first pick, like I said, I'm going Bryce Young in this draft. So
Well,
pick
hold on,
Bryce
hold on.
Young. See, and after every pick, stop it. Let me just to see what these teams gonna pick here, buddy.
What you say, Bryce Young?
Bryce Young, go Bryce Young. All right, let me see who. Yeah, go ahead, leave them pick. Who they go number 2? Let's okay. That's expected. CJ Stroud who going number 3. Ooh, Tyree Wilson.
Wow.
Will Levis number 4. Will Anderson number 5. Anthony Richardson dropping. Jalen Carter number 7. Anthony Richardson going. Paris Johnson. Wow, Anthony Richardson dropping. Miles Murphy. Roger
Eagles,
Jones.
they got to trade Eagles.
What is pick 22?
Pick 22, pick 86. Next year, 2nd. Wide receiver Bateman, and next year, 5th. Wow.
Decline that nonsense.
Don't do nothing yet. I come back.
What is where he
Bye.
going?
This is why nigga he Jeep open. I come back.
Boy.
But who Baltimore? Let me analyze. Who do you think Baltimore really going for up here? You got Anthony Richardson on the board. You think they're going for Anthony Richardson?
They probably would try to go for Anthony Richardson.
Lamar style quarterback, right?
But I mean, you would still. I mean, what you gonna do with Lamar? Lamar would be either he on a bench. Is that he signed the franchise tag?
No,
So
you're trading.
they'll have to trade him. But then again, trade him to who?
They will have to trade him in the draft.
Not no. You did in the draft, but right now you asking for what 2 first-round picks for Lamar? So teams might decide to wait. You might have to force your hand and draft him for just a first-round pick in a second, a first and a third. Because now, if they do decide to draft Anthony Richardson, you don't want to have that controversy of the 2 quarterbacks with Anthony Richardson and Lamar, and who's gonna start and stuff like that during training camp, OTAs, and the start of the season. You don't want that. You don't want to bring in a young rookie quarterback. First thing he got to deal with is quarterback controversy.
Exactly.
Especially knowing that he's not the established quarterback like a Bryce. As he just showed that even though with Levis. So you don't want that. You want a quarterback coming in with a clear mind. You don't want him to look over his shoulder, or overlook certain things. So I wouldn't think that would be a good idea for them to draft.
Right.
Come back.
So KT is declaring this trade offer. Another trade offer from the Jaguars. Pick 24.
And Josh Allen?
Josh Allen, edge rusher.
Wow.
I declining that.
Josh Allen a beast.
How much picks them sending?
Detroit, giving you a pick
18, 48,
and 183.
Pick 8. I taking that one.
You taking this one?
Yeah.
I tell you, he just want to pick and don't do nothing.
I taking that one.
All right, so with the 10th pick.
I bet you they go Anthony Richardson. Oh, Christian Gonzalez. Wow. They went with us with this Anthony Richardson drop.
That's a good pick by
Oh, wait. It's pauses, Jeff. Oh, you see what happened? The Texans had a number 12 pick. They traded with the Falcons to go back up to get Miles Murphy.
Yeah.
Falcons dropped. You recognize the Falcons had a number 8 pick all the time.
Oh, you can see right here who the trades is, yeah. Right here.
So yeah, Yeah, see, they had a trade. Give them 12 and 33.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, go ahead. So, Jets been offensive lineman. This Anthony Richardson dropped heavy. Jordan Addison.
Green Bay got Anthony Richardson. I know.
Yep.
I know that happened.
Washington Brian Branch. Isaiah Foley.
Kids, them trying to fleece kids out of this fucking first round.
No, he just don't know how to.
No. I going with
Rejecting?
Joey Porter Jr.
So you're rejecting this? You got two offers in a pack.
Rejecting that. Rejecting that too.
Who are you going with?
Joey Porter Jr.
Tampa Bay got the edge. Kind of back. Bijan got that makes sense. Johnson and Baltimore. Ooh, that's nice by Jacksonville. That's nice by our thing. KZ, another trade. Then why take your 30th and your 94th?
For Nick Chubb?
For 74 Nick Chubb in next year's second round.
That Nick Chubb kind of that Nick Chubb.
No, I wouldn't take that.
I take that though. We gonna have the cap space for Nick Chubb anyway. But rejecting that.
Next offer from Kansas City for the 31st life.
Nah, that value anything.
No.
So whose kids you gonna pick?
Let me go back and see what I had to do here. The kids.
Who kids you picked first? Joey Porter.
Joey Porter.
Yeah.
So he went right so far because we had picked a cornerback free. We had picked Devin Witherspoon.
I'm going with offensive tackle Ethan Harrison.
Over Darnell Wright.
I had never picked up the offensive tackle.
Hell, maybe you did.
So I want to pause it and look at some of these trades I went down here.
Yeah, let's go back up. Let's see what happened. Go back all the way up.
Well, we went through the top ones already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
the Raiders traded up to get pick 25.
They give the Tortoise 70 and 174. My God.
Yeah, they got a lot.
What the Bengals do?
The Bengals traded just up 27, 28 and get a fourth for next year. So they just move up one. I know that makes sense. And the Bills, that's the same trade. So that were the trades in the first round. All right. Second round. You got some trades. Hold on. Trades flying off, boy.
No, remember that Falcons trade? They get that from the Texans.
No, they just
they did again. What kind of nonsense?
They trade up for the Steelers. Steelers get 33rd and then 225, and they got up for the 32nd, and they picked Darnell Wright.
Okay.
This is the Steelers and Falcons trade. The Giants, this one the first round.
Yeah.
All right.
The Steelers go with
Josh
Downs, Emmanuel Forbes, Dalton Kincaid, Cyrus Thomas, Cedric Tillman.
Saints want to move up one and give you pick 146.
Accept it. Get us another pick. We need a few extra picks. Where they going?
Center.
I don't want to give you Nick Chubb. You reject that nonsense.
You got that offer.
Nick Chubb in a contract here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's what.
Where they come out for the trades there, Shane? Let me see what we got here.
How the hell I come off for trades?
Just click it. Yeah. What we got at 40? Ooh, we got some good. You got Darnell Washington, the Titan. You got Jalen Hyatt. But we need edge rushers. I think BJ Ojulari would be a great pickup 14. Clicky calendar board. Algeria can play in a 2 or 3 point stance, but is at his best as a wide line that gives him a runway to convert his speed to power, which he has done consistently. While the LSU edge needs to add more physical component to his game, Ojulari has already displayed a long arm bull rush technique that transcended his brother's play. I'm gonna keep it and go with Ojulari. We did have him in for a thing. We need an edge rusher. So I'm going BJ Ojulari.
Jets got 2 back-to-back picks. They got edge. Good pickup. Nice pickup.
Ika.
That's a good deal. He's a good D tackle.
This Khalija Kensi going dunghouse.
Leave him keep going. Eagles, Green Bay give you the 78 and next year second.
No, reject that.
Cleveland,
Oh,
I'll
what
give you
is- it was
74
fun.
and next year second.
I reject that. That don't make no
Reject that.
sense. Who will KG go here with?
Hey, click on him and see what he pick up. About yeah.
We need
Kind of
some more defensive help. So I'm gonna go with Mazai Smith, the tackle.
Click on
Michigan.
the thing for scene. See what they say here.
I
Has
watch
a
it.
massive, naturally well leveraged free, and with the size he can shrug off trip blocks and absorb double teams. Of course, it's well advertised that Smith just isn't just incredibly big. He's very athletic too. That much was clear when he was a top freak on Feldman's freak list in the summer. All right.
I go pick. I had the obvious. There goes Kalachi.
Yeah, he made a drop, but Steelers say no. I don't know who gonna take up Hendon Hooker.
And then Hooker.
Why watching there? They try taking him up.
I think they tried to take him last time too, and I was shooting.
Probably.
I said go pick up Jans.
Drew Sanders, why? Somebody don't go with Jack Campbell. I like Jack Campbell. The good
Yeah.
type.
Down. Green Bay knocking again, KG.
Jesus Christ, no. No.
Tennessee knocking.
Remember, he could click on certain positions for you, just if you want.
Yeah.
So you can see the board based on positions.
Give me Derek Hall.
Edge.
Why
Edge was-
he scouting report is Hall springs out of the stands with a quick 4-step, offering great explosive capacity out of the line. He also has great closing burst when he has an open path to the quarterback and accelerates quickly on the attack with brisk foot speed. With his high cut frame and long limbs, he can quickly widen his stride to compound acceleration upfield and reach the apex, adding to an extra dimension. Okay.
Give me Derek Hall.
Third round. Charbonnet. That was a trade just now. But no, I think that's from before.
All of these years, it's something to think. Keyshawn
See?
Battle. Oh, Noah Sewell down. The Panthers coming up soon.
And the Eagles.
Yeah.
Tank Bisley. You Blue Kelly. Yeah, okay.
What we got here?
Yeah, 2 offers.
What this is? No. Show you there. What this is? Foot and a foot. Reject that. All right. What we got on the big board, boy? I think A.T. Perry and Tyler Scott is bonus in. I can't remember. Click A.T. Perry there, Shane.
Yep.
6'3".
Burner.
Perry is an exceptional accelerator in the open field. At his long strides are fast and energetic. With his balls, he can stack defensive backs and accelerate outside. And he has the long stride speed to maintain separation once even within his cylinder. He's a spree athlete who's incredibly light on his feet and fleet-footed moving up. Perry amped up movement style can help supplement separation at the line. Wayfarer can use it lateral quickly. I think we definitely need one more bono. I'm going A.T. Perry.
A.T. Perry.
A.T. Perry, pardon.
And he catch.
But you could bet with Bryce Young, he must catch that.
I'm going with the safety, Christopher Smith II out of Georgia.
Smith II.
I mean, third round, right?
Yeah, Shane finally come up, partner. Not a soul one he treat.
I ain't want him neither.
He got a lot of picks.
I tell you, I heap of comes, partner.
I like her picks.
The Eagles got a lot next year. I know that.
All right.
Who's this Shane going with?
I got a couple picks coming up here. So I'm going with we're gonna go with Luke Weipler from Ohio State. Center.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then we gotta stay with the team here. We're gonna go offensive tackle, Carter Warren. Then two. We're gonna go with Tutu out of Alabama.
You want another one?
We only got 2 partner. We got a different linebacker.
Two.
Two.
Is it the number 2?
So me? Click on my icon there, Shane. Let me see how much what other picks you got. It'll show your picks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got number 14, 1 for the 2, 1 for the 5, 1 for the 6. Ooh. And what's our needs? I kind of know them, but edge, tight end, wide receiver. All right. I see a name that has been very, very popular for us, partner. His name is Owen Papo. He's done damage to me. We need linebacker depth. Papo is my guy.
You'll make people vomit.
I ain't got no more picks in the 7th round.
What is?
Yeah. Eagles ain't got no more picks in the 7th round.
You can take a break.
Come bring Jonathan Mingo to me, baby. Nobody go with him. He going up.
God.
Boy.
You're speaking into existence.
Boy.
That's the best of them.
Panthers, the Bronx trying to trade
Give
away.
me that trade. Yep. Get some more depth picks. These are done. Oh, Overshown, nice, boy.
Mm-hmm. That's a good pick up there. OPEX?
No, can't reject that. See what we got here. Problem is our two guards coming off season and the injuries in the last game, which is Brady Christensen and thing. And I know Federer said that he would like to get a little bit more depth on the inside line, so I would go with only Segun Oluwatami.
What?
Center.
He could probably play guard too. Shane, what he thing is, you got to give me the breakdown on him.
No, he good. He could, like you say, he could swing. He could play the guard or the center.
Oh, you got back to back like that?
Yeah, your two last picks, I think. Well, no, you make a trade, right?
So
yeah, you got more.
So with this pick, I am going. Click on Byron Young. I think we bring him in for a thing, you know. Even more impressive than Young's power capacity is play strength. This is a trait of Young that can be considered elite. The Alabama DT has the core strength to maintain a level of blockouts with the long arms while exerting power is that. Furthermore, Young has a core and hand strength to swim over off balance blocker as a pass rusher. He's flashed the necessary high level play strength. I don't like he weight 6'9" and 4. He's a tweener.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my only issue. I think we've got in Thailand Spears. Thailand Spears, is he the power back? Check. He's a power back or not? Tajay Spears.
201.
High end exposing that allows him to clear congestion quickly at the second level. Twitchy back. Yeah, I'm going to help what's his name? Miles Sanders. I think that would be my pick.
Spears?
Yep. And then I should probably go down, just carry down the board a little bit. All right, don't go too far down, because then you're still looking at value. Go back up. See the board. At this point with the board, I just picked the guard, so I wouldn't go guard again. I would probably go click on McCoy Garner, the cornerback. Garner has one of the most unique physical profiles. So he's 6'2", but listed at over 212, and that frame density undoubtedly shows up on team. Garner has an abnormally strong frame for a cornerback, what he's shown he can still make the plays on the ball. Additionally, he's physical coming up to the box, and that can carry a lot of momentum downhill with a straight line explosive. Yeah, he could probably move to safety. The problem is you got Jeremy Chin kind of the same way. So it's a little in between. I ready to double down and thinking now, but I think Brian Young, I think we need more batters up front, especially with the way Evero does it. So I'll go Brian Young. I think we can mix and match him up.
That Jared Patterson name is familiar to me.
He's the center that'll be our Madden.
Mm-hmm. No. Against Schoolmaker here upon tight end. Is that he or Mallory or going with? Schoolmaker's a steal. All right, right here. I need this is about 164. Tackle, cornerback, guard, center, safety. Already Miles. Yeah. He could be a fine now. Riley Moss.
How wrong this is, buddy?
It's gotta be 5 or 5.
The fifth.
I gotta wait till it's 7.
It's me again. Just picked up the corner.
But we had late wrong picks. How much are they gonna get practice squad?
A lot.
I tell you again, he bought camp picks.
Yeah.
We gonna go with safety. We gonna go J.Y. to safety here. $6 KJ coming up.
By 7.
Oh,
Yeah, 6 wrong pick.
I got a late 6-1, so in the bottom of the bushes. But look at pick coming up wrong 6. Yeah, make a trade, man. Yeah, trade.
Yeah, make it.
Yeah.
Let me see what we got here. I'm gonna go with let me see that Jalen Graham from Purdue. Let me see what he think is. He gonna report?
So
You can't-
many other reports.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Give me 6'1", 220.
Telegram?
Or 3.
Look at fucking the Patriots.
So me, go on Cameron Mitchell there.
Cameron Mitchell, cornerback.
Cornerback.
Yeah, look like these little ones he got.
Yeah, the later ones. Go down a little bit, Shane. See what you got going based on thing. Oh, the hell, these quarterbacks just come left, right, and center. Go back up. Right here. I think with this here, you still want to think. I'll go Cameron Mitchell.
Connor, not Western.
Yeah.
Your last pick, Shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yo, where you better get his name from? It's on CD Soul. Yo.
City Soul. The Soul?
What's the picture take? Where the pictures take this line again? Oh, I put pause. Okay. They've got the pictures about a draft like 20 wide receivers.
The
Pass the draft. Look here.
Them need them.
Right, Bill. 2 more again. Ah, this shit.
Then Larry Sealer, Jeff, yeah.
I got some picks.
Look at Tampa Bay. That dude there, that Tampa Bay just draft, he been on the finals talking. He heavy. Something was in him like.
He coming. Yeah, he have visit Philly.
Mm.
That quarterback from UCLA. The Chip Kelly type quarterback.
Yeah. And I've been talking about here a lot. You know, we're trying to go next season with like 10 quarterbacks. Can't take no chances.
Yes. Sammy D.
You go better.
If they pick another wide receiver, oh. We're going to go ahead and pick up our guard here and go with Anthony Bradford, LSU. Get offensive line right.
We're on 7 now.
Yeah.
Scroll on there. Let me see what's somewhere on there. Keep going. Stop there. Go back up. I'm gonna call her back Tyson and he's backing it.
Connor?
Yeah. They name Tyson Bagnet.
Let me see. Connor?
Are you gone?
Oh, quarterback.
No, anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, it look like CB. Where these quarterbacks come from, buddy?
So I tell you, this is
Give me the linebacker, Shakir Hayward from Duke.
All right.
Why nobody draft Stetson Bennett?
Me don't want that. I got a $255 million quarterback.
You go
I gotta go with Elijah Higgins from Stanford, wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
I got one more round pick.
Max Duggan gun, Atlanta. That's a Max Duggan ain't no scrub gun.
Mm-hmm.
Not a quarterback for Green Bay.
Why put Aaron Rodgers straight to the Jets?
But I think I might wait into the draft. I might actually draft picks. And go linebacker here again. Afani RG. I say coming soon, but
All right, scroll down. Stop. Go to office. Check out the Baylor. Connor
kind of
Galvin.
Calvin.
Yeah.
What's his two history? I got Evan Hull running back, not Western. Last pick. I'm gonna go Jake Booney, the number one kicker in the NCAA.
What is?
Give it that. That's your draft.
All right, so let's dive into these things here. So with me first, of course, you got the quarterback at number 40. I think it was a good pick. BJ Ojulari. He'll be able to step in and provide some pass rushing help with William Bones. I think that was key. We also got a speedster, A.D. Perry, which we needed to stretch the field. I mean, DJ Chark can stretch the field, but he hasn't played a full season in quite some time. So I mean, A.T. Perry is that stretcher along with Terrace Marshall and um Thielen to get everything inside. Owen Papo got a good player that can probably build in. I like him and Brandon Smith going into the future. Brandon Smith we drafted from Penn State last year, so nice depth in the linebacking room. Olawatame, he can play center right now. We didn't have Pat Efline. We cut him, cut he can't, and we got a big bad bulls, but we still have some depth with Olawatame. And also he can play guard to help out with Brady Christensen and Austin Corbett as they return from injuries. Tajay Spears, a nice 1-2 punch with Miles Sanders. I like that. And I think we got one more sheet, number 190. Yep. Well, two. Brian Young, defensive tackle, could come in on certain packages. And then for depth, Cameron Mitchell, which is a late round pick, special teams and everything. So I don't know. Like I'm fine with that.
Right.
I'm fine with that. KG.
Yeah, me.
All right, go ahead. First pick Joey Porter. Of course, he could be the cornerback of the future. Most likely, being that you got Darius Slay and Bradbury at the outside position, he's probably playing a slot alongside Amante Maddox. Um, Slay and Bradbury are in their early 30s, probably gonna play 2 more years. He probably can later on jump to the outside and be your number one corner. Anton Hutchinson could be most likely he'll probably start at right guard. Could be if not, probably on a sit back on the bench learn from Lane Johnson, and also alongside with one of the best offensive line coach in the NFL in Jeff Stoutland. Um, so he probably can take over at right tackle when Lane Johnson leaves. Um, was that Mazai Smith?
Mm-hmm.
The tackle of the Michigan. Um, we need some defensive line help. Also good to have some good depth, being that you no longer have Javon Hargrave and those other guys. Also good to help out with if there's any issues with John Davis. So that'll help out a whole lot. Another thing with Derek Hall, he can be your third down pass rusher on the edge, but most likely it'll be between him and Brandon Graham. taking over Antoine Dongs when Jaswet is out. So that'd be a good pick. And Christopher Smith the second, he can actually step in and start alongside with the safety that we have as well. Jalen Graham, linebacker to Purdue. He could be a developmental piece, most likely. I don't think he'll take over Kobe Dean's spot, but he could be probably be a special team type player. Um, the also linebacker Duke from Duke, Shaka Hayward. He'll also be another um, special teams piece. We need some special team help on defense. I think during the season we had a bunch of special team players on special teams playing on offense. Um, so that'll help out. You need mostly need special teams players to be defensive type players. And Connor Galvin could be a developmental piece on offense. Could be another Jad Mailata who was also a developmental piece late in the seventh round, now to be an all pro offensive tackle. So all in all, good draft.
All right. So finals, we just look in depth. Um, I think in the third round we went with Luke Whitelaw, offensive center. Again, this is depth. They have this at the start the center identified, but this is a good battle in camp. They made the best man come out, just in case of injuries. Same thing with offensive tackle. Connor Warren, he could probably start at right tackle. They're gonna be a battle for the right tackle spot. So tackle could be open. Anyone in the offensive line that could swing to tackle, it'll be open for that since we last saw McGlinchey. Henry Tutu. We only got two linebackers on the roster basically. We got three, but it'll be good to have some more since we now move into the I think we're gonna play a nickel defense. So they're gonna be, he could be backing up Greenlaw and Warner. And I think we got Demetrius Flowers as well. Luke Shoemaker. So this year the finals really been putting more emphasis into the tight end. I think they might draft a tight end sooner than later. But Shoemaker is one of the better tight ends coming out of Michigan. Great catching, good size frame and stuff. I think he'll be a good spot to back up Kittle. Randy Moss cornerback. This is just a replacement filler. We lost Mosley. Somebody else will step up to the starting spot at corner. This is just a depth piece. And maybe he could jump around and move his way up the depth chart, but not as a starter. So just be a depth piece. Jay Watt at safety. He's not gonna take Hufanga's spot, but you got Gibson, older veteran. This is a good backup piece, and he could probably learn from the veteran and Hufanga at that spot. Again, guard. This is gonna back up the two youngsters playing in, so we get another young guard that could probably swing left or right, or maybe do a center position as well. And then Elijah Higgins just to back up our wide receiver group. Another linebacker. It'll be a battle for the third, linebacker spot in the depth chart, just in case the coming rotational piece for Greenlaw and Warner when they need a break in certain situational downs. Evan Hall running back. The finals can never have too much running backs. And then Jake Moody kicker should be the kicker of the future to replace Robbie Gould. Even though we signed what's his name to a contract, I don't think that's the future. This is a young kicker, one of the more accurate kickers in the NCAA. So this is a big need and could be the future kicker like a Gould. So I think we did good, filling up depth, and that's probably why the finals can just fill in is depth, and then maybe just hope to find a dam in the rough. Maybe a Henry Tutu, maybe a big guy. Luke Shoemaker might be the next Kittle. You never know. So I think I had a good draft there.
All right, so that's our draft this week. As we know, as me Shane, it's completely different from the last time we do it. One likely next Tuesday we'll do one final one, and I guarantee it'll be a completely different one again. So we'll wrap it up next Tuesday with our final mock draft before draft time on Thursday. But like we all said, all teams are just focusing on the draft. You won't see much free agent stuff talking. You may see trade rumors. A lot of persons still in trade rumors. DeAndre Hopkins, Buda Baker has requested a trade, so that's something to look at as well. I may be missing on a few. I think there's a few more persons that probably think still may get surprise cuts, but those cuts are usually come later down in training camp. But in terms of outside of the draft news, let me see. I don't think there's. I know the Steelers are on the verge of trading for Allen Robinson, the wide receiver from the Rams. He didn't have the year that he thought he would, or the Rams thought, and it was owed $15 million this year. The Rams gonna pay 10, Steelers gonna pay 5. I think they're swapping 7th-round picks or something like that. So Allen Robinson goes and joins Deontay Johnson and Pickett and those guys out in Pittsburgh. Outside of him, you won't see much news outside of the Jalen Hurts news. I don't think there's much more news from there. I think since the last time we come on, I think Odell got signed before or after our show. After Odell signed with the Ravens for $15 million a year. So I think bosses are still looking at that in terms of, is that a sign that Lamar's coming back? They had a rumor that Lamar did get offered a new contract. I haven't seen anything else from it. But Odell is a Baltimore Raven. We'll see what happens out there. More likely Lamar going back. Ain't other team going to give up 2 first-round picks for Lamar. So you may have to take what you get in Baltimore. That would be it. But we don't have any much more NFL news outside of that. Eagles, talk about the Niners, talk about the Panthers. Just got to wait till next week. When we're 2 days away from the draft, we get any more news, we'll definitely put it on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, which you can follow us on those channels, and we'll always keep you guys up to date on live content. So we'll have this show, all our shows on Twitter anyhow. So we always post a show in case anyone missed it and want to watch it again. So outside of that, that's it from me. Like you said, we're excited for draft day, which is next week, right around the corner. Yep. It's usually a happy time for us football fans because when the league is over, after free agency, it goes a little quiet, but the draft will boost it up again, and we ready to roll next Thursday in Kansas City. Panthers have a first-round pick. Philly got 2, and 49ers will wait till day 2 to pick. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a lot of fun, and we'll keep everyone up to date on our 3 teams going forward in the draft. Outside of that, I'm done. I don't know if you guys got anything else, but
no, I'm done.
I'm basically finished.
That's it. So we'll see y'all next week Tuesday, 2 days before the draft. Probably gonna have some more trade rumors, like she just said, and we'll do one more mock draft, maybe.
Yep, one more next week to end it off.
We'll see what happens. But other than that, stay tuned. Like those channels, leave some comments, drop your voice some love.
Yep.
Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.